Hi, this is Kerry Artek with Wicked Stocks bringing you the daily Triple Q report for Friday, January 14th, 2022. Before I jump into the charts, as usual, just want to encourage you to please click like each and every time you watch the daily Triple Q report or any content you find on the Wicked Stocks YouTube channel. It does help us out a great deal with how easily we show up for others when they search for analysis in the Triple Q, Nasdaq-100, etc. And subscribe. Subscribe to the Wicked Stocks YouTube channel. It'll provide you notification each and every time new content has been uploaded, and that is every day. And so being notified early will have the information relevant for you and fresh. Anyway, let's jump into the charts. Wild days on Wall Street. We had the move low on Monday, 2 strong days up, and we gave over half of it back in one fell swoop on Thursday. And I think that this market, it put out a new low settlement following the November all-time high on Thursday. I think it's primed to retest long-term support in the very low 370s, which I'll get to in just a second. But first, for the day itself, with these wild swings, and, you've got 3 strong days up and 1 down, and, you don't really have structure, as I like to call it, to lean on. Channel formations that span several weeks or more. You're really kind of relegated to retracement levels, Fibonacci, moving averages, whatever you might use. And I think you would agree with me that as the market swings wild, you have to give it some breathing room. And what I see here is 385.01, the low of the high, which was Wednesday's low. That is the move high for the week. I think that should offer decent day resistance if tested, and I'll get to that in a moment, if tested, and below which I think this market remains heavy today and into early next week and should fall back into the 370 handle, possibly today, where it encounters long-term support. Now, on the way down, we do have 373.91, and I also call this an intraday containment level. It's not a significant level. I want to give the market breathing room. Might it contain daily lows? Certainly may. But I do think with this kind of volatility and the fact that the market could not sustain this rally, I think you should allow for the 370 handle again, 370.47 possibly today. And if we break, I say in the support and resistance, if we break 373.91, you should expect 370.47 again. That long-term channel bottom we tested on Monday can still contain selling through February trade. And from here, we can push into the 390s by the end of next week, perhaps next couple of weeks, and the 420s over the next month or two. But it must be emphasized that if we do close today below 370.47, the market is setting up a significant sell signal that I would expect to play out well into possibly through February trade, or however long it takes to fall all the way down to the next target at 321.72. I think volatility will stay pretty much where it's at and will probably expand, maybe considerably. So we can get down to 321.72 within 3 to 5 weeks, I think, where the Triple Q can place an annual low and from there recover into mid-year, into later year. So an annual low is quite possible at 321.72, and it does become an objective if we settle today below 370.47. I think you should do a 1% calculation on that because it's a long-term level. So, closing at 369.5, yeah, that's below 370.47, and you wouldn't have a strong argument for me to go short there, buying 320 or 325 out of the money puts that would expire in a few months at the soonest. But I do think you need to subtract 3.70 from 370.47. I don't have it in front of me, but it'll be, in the 366 handle. And that would be your point, that if settled at or below would be a clear sell signal into February. Let's take a look at the support and resistance for today. I do have intraday containment levels. I showed you already 373.91 below, 380.11 above. There's a lot going on the 380 handle still. There's a lot of settlements prior to Thursday settlement. We had 3 days over the course of the last 2 months that were low settlement prices in the 380 handle. So I've got 380.11. I forget exactly what it is right now, but we could trade inside 373.91 downside, 380.11 upside for a good part of the day. But I do think the emphasis is negative, is heavy. And as I say, breaking 373.91, anticipate 370.47 where we could bottom out, through February. Now, it should be mentioned, being a Friday and all, that if we break 370.47, we could, by the closing bell, fall to 362.76. And as I say, closing below 370.47, expect the 320s. In the text, I say 421.04. Wrong handle. 321.04 within 3 to 5 weeks. Now, upside today, if we push or open above 380.11, 385.01 in reach, where we can place a daily high, and below which I do think the 370.47 level is likely to be tested over the next few days, possibly today. If we can close back above 385.01, I think that neutralizes the dynamic into early next week. It's not bullish, but I do think over the following few days we can push to 393.95. And that, by the way, is nothing more than the beginning of a band of meaningful resistance on the daily chart up to 399.59 that I know you're familiar with if you've been watching this for the last few days, can absorb buying through next week. With regard to the longer-term outlook, 370.47 can contain selling through February, possibly into March, above which 421.35 in reach over the next couple of months. On the way up, 399.59 is sort of the midpoint, the pivot point that can contain weekly buying pressures, and we could fall off from there. But if we close above 399.59, then we've got several weeks bullish continuation to 421.35, where we could top out on a monthly basis. Now, downside, once again, if we close below 370.47, this short-term weakness that I see, this likelihood that we will test 370.47 slips into the midterm column, the bearish column. It becomes bearish, the midterm outlook, 3 to 5 weeks, where we fall into the 320s. So I think that's all I'm going to say about that. I will leave you with the support and resistance for today. I'm not going to go over it again, but it is there for you to print on your smartphone or your desktop. Please click like and subscribe. I'll be back Sunday for Monday's Daily Triple Q Report. You have a great weekend.